Did you hear? Caitlin Clark's got Stephen A. Smith and Sheryl Swoopes going head-to-head.
I happen to believe she was wrong. I happen to believe I was right. And I happen to believe the facts have shown that I was right.
She has just become the biggest brand of the WNBA. That's a huge statement, but we're here to back it up. Like the legends are clashing, controversies are brewing, new fans are flocking, and there's one reason behind it all. Caitlin Clark. The world can't get enough of her. But the latest buzz? It's all about the fiery debate between Stephen A. Smith and Sheryl Swoopes over Clark. Sounds intriguing, yes, we can understand. So stick with us as we unpack the Stephen A. versus Swoopes drama, all sparked by the unstoppable Caitlin Clark. But before we explore what Stephen Smith said about Swoopes, we must know what Swoopes did. So let's begin. This whole situation between Sheryl Swoopes and Caitlin Clark is indeed something that's turning into a spectacle. Sheryl Swoopes, a WNBA legend, is seemingly going out of her way to avoid even mentioning Caitlin Clark's name, which is starting to feel like a comedy routine. The comparison to Voldemort, the character from Harry Potter, whose name must not be spoken, is spot on, and it's almost like we're watching a real-life parody unfold. Imagine being on a WNBA broadcast, where part of your job is to discuss key players, and deliberately ignoring one of the biggest names in the game right now. It's as if Swoopes has decided to take a stance, but it spiraled into something that feels more like a grudge than professional critique. The funny part is that, as you've pointed out, this is all happening in the public eye, with Swoopes still holding her ground. It's wild because it's not just about having a differing opinion. Many commentators do. But Swoopes seems to be going out of her way to make a point that's becoming increasingly difficult to understand. Caitlin Clark is one of the most talked about players in women's basketball right now, and refusing to acknowledge her on a WNBA platform is like a broadcaster choosing not to mention LeBron James during an NBA game. It just doesn't add up and comes across as personal rather than professional. The idea that a player's legacy could be overshadowed by their actions after their career is fascinating, especially when it comes to someone as accomplished as Swoopes. Swoopes has made multiple statements that were factually incorrect about Clark, and each time she's been corrected, it seems she doubles down with another claim. This has turned into more than just a professional critique, it's almost a personal vendetta. Looking back at Caitlin Clark's college days at Iowa, there's been a growing perception that WNBA legend Sheryl Swoopes isn't exactly thrilled about the rise of the Indiana Fever rookie guard. Caitlin Clark, Sheryl Swoopes, everything we know about their beef. While Swoopes did express excitement for Clark's WNBA debut and handled her preseason interview with Clark professionally, there's still tension lingering from past events. Swoopes has apologized for some inaccurate comments she made about Clark's college scoring record, but the criticism hasn't let up. In fact, it's escalated recently, with ESPN's Stephen A. Smith even going on a tirade about it. Stephen A. Smith and Sheryl Swoopes are two iconic names in the world of basketball, each with their own legacy. But in a surprising twist, their latest clash centers around the WNBA's rising star, Caitlin Clark. This confrontation has captured the attention of fans and media alike, highlighting just how polarizing Clark has become, even among basketball greats. It all started when Stephen A. Smith, known for his outspoken and often controversial takes, came to the defense of Caitlin Clark, a rookie guard for the Indiana Fever who has been making waves in the WNBA. Clark's impact on the league has been nothing short of transformative. From her electrifying performances on the court to the substantial increase in viewership and merchandise sales she has driven, Clark has quickly become the face of the league. However, not everyone has been eager to acknowledge her contributions, including WNBA legend Sheryl Swoopes. Smith, never one to shy away from controversy, took issue with Swoopes' reluctance to credit Clark for the Fever's recent success and the overall rise in the league's popularity. On his show, Smith criticized Swoopes for omitting Clark when discussing the Indiana Fever's progress. "Come on, Sheryl Swoopes, come on, you are so much better than that," Smith said, clearly disappointed with Swoopes' failure to acknowledge the rookie's brilliance. Clark has been a dominant force for the Fever, especially since the WNBA resumed play after the Olympic break. She has not only led her team to a winning streak, but has also shattered records along the way, including setting a new rookie assist record. Her stellar performance has been a catalyst for the Fever's surge in the standings, as well as a boost in ticket and merchandise sales. Despite this, Swoopes chose to highlight the contributions of other Fever players like Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and Lexi Hull, while noticeably leaving out Clark's name. This omission did not sit well with Smith, who felt that Swoopes was being unfairly dismissive of Clark's impact. The tension escalated when Swoopes took to social media to respond to Smith's criticism. In a tweet on X, Swoopes fired back, questioning Smith's intentions and accusing him of being in his feelings. Not sure what he thought he was doing. He's still in his feelings about putting him in his place. I'm ready to go on his show, coward, Swoopes wrote. The she referred to is likely Monica McNutt, who had previously called out Smith for not giving enough attention to women's basketball before Clark's arrival in the WNBA. McNutt's criticism was blunt, pointing out that Smith had a platform to promote women's basketball long before Clark came onto the scene, but chose not to use it. Swoopes' tweet revealed her frustration not only with Smith, but also with the broader narrative that has emerged around Clark. It's no secret that Swoopes has been vocal about her opinions on Clark throughout the 2024 WNBA season. She has repeatedly downplayed Clark's achievements, arguing that the Fever would still be successful without her, and even going so far as to label Clark as just a passer. This latest exchange with Smith is just another chapter in Swoopes' ongoing reluctance to fully embrace the rookie's role in the Fever's success. Clark report on X. Do you realize, Sheryl Swoopes, that you're insane to do that? Stephen A. Smith critiques Swoopes' obvious bias against Caitlin Clark. Stephen A. Smith, however, was not deterred by Swoopes' remarks. He continued to defend Clark, emphasizing her impact on the WNBA and the Fever in particular. On his show, Smith pointed out that Clark has done more than just contribute on the court. She has also played a significant role in growing the league's fan base and increasing viewership. He highlighted that Clark's games have drawn an impressive 1.184 million viewers, a significant leap from the usual 428,000 viewers who tune in for other games. For Smith, these numbers are a clear indication of Clark's influence and a testament to her ability to elevate the sport. Sheryl Swoopes, take notes, Smith said, not mincing words. You ain't playing no more. You're a Hall of Famer and a champion and a basketball savant. You know good and damn well you had no business talking about the Indiana Fever without mentioning Caitlin Clark. Smith's pointed remarks were a direct challenge to Swoopes' dismissal of Clark and served as a reminder of the rookie's undeniable contributions to her team and the league. This back and forth between Smith and Swoopes has only intensified the spotlight on Caitlin Clark. Despite the criticism from some corners, Clark has continued to prove her doubters wrong, pushing the Fever into playoff contention as the 7th seed. Her ability to deliver under pressure and her knack for setting records have solidified her place as one of the most exciting players in the WNBA. As this saga continues to unfold, one thing is clear. Caitlin Clark has not only made a name for herself on the court, but she has also sparked a conversation that transcends the game. Whether you agree with Stephen A. Smith or side with Sheryl Swoopes, there's no denying that Clark has become a central figure in the WNBA's evolving narrative, and her impact will be felt for years to come. And there you have it. Caitlin Clark isn't just dominating on the court. She's shaking up the entire WNBA, sparking debates even among legends. As Stephen A. and Sheryl Swoopes keep trading blows, one thing's for sure. The name Caitlin Clark is on everyone's lips, and she's just getting started. Stay tuned, because if this saga tells us anything, it's that the Caitlin Clark era is here to stay, and it's only heating up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the conversation, because this story is far from over.